You're listening to Last Word Radio, where you get the last word.
Welcome to the Fourth Line Podcast, part of the Alberta Podcast Network, powered by ATB Financial. This is December 12th. No, 18th. 12th is the month. December 18th, 2017. With you today is myself, Carl, and the always wonderful Joel.
What's up, Carl?
How's it going, bud?
It's going pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You've got a little more Christmas joy this week?
Yeah, extra Christmas joy.
Well, we're getting a week closer. We've been eating some cookies for about the last hour here.
Yeah, because we recorded a Patreon episode.
We did, yeah. We got Tiny Mike over on the Patreon episode and recorded what I am calling the least Christmassy Christmas episode ever.
Yeah, you know what we didn't talk about with Tiny Mike?
No.
How we destroyed you at fantasy hockey this week.
It's super weird how that didn't come up. I don't know why.
I actually don't. I don't know why. Maybe it was because we were on a schedule, and so we needed to make things happen. But now we're not on a schedule. And
Joel's now going to spend the next 45 minutes breaking down in depth how they beat me in fantasy hockey this week.
We were very close to beating you 6-1.
What was the final score?
5-3.
Okay. Was it not also close to me tying it at 4-4?
No.
No, it wasn't?
No.
Okay, well, I'll pull it up. Who was your hero this week? Who led the charge for...
It was close to being 4-3, but not 4-4.
Well, okay, goals was 8-9. So you had 9, I had 8. So
4-4, or 4-3 there.
So 1 goal difference, and it would have been that. An extra 2 goals for me, and it would have been 4-4.
But you didn't have 2 goals. You had 0 goals.
Well, I had 8.
And, well, Mr. Patrick Kane scored 2 goals for us on the last night.
That's huge.
Yeah, we almost tied up shots. What did shots end up being?
91-88.
Yeah, so we were only 3 shots, which 3 shots, whole lot easier to get than 2 goals. So we were closer to going up 5-2 or 6-2.
Yeah.
And then you got a bogus shutout the last Sunday night or the last Saturday night.
Look, if you start a goalie against the Calgary Flames, you know you might get a shutout out of it.
So how do you feel about losing to us?
I'm fine with it.
Really? You're okay with losing?
Yeah, I told you guys today that I'm saving my victory for the playoffs.
But what if you never win? Maybe this was your chance. Maybe you should have put effort in this week.
It's fine.
Sports karma gods aren't going to like you.
It's fine. My team is rounding into form quite nicely. I'm very okay with how I'm sitting.
Our team is very much rounding into form, and we have Zach Parise and TJ Oshie coming back soon.
I am getting Erik Johnson back from suspension very shortly. So
you shouldn't be. You should be without him for about 20 games.
Joel and I just watched that Erik Johnson suspension video. Shocking a little bit. I actually hadn't seen it until right now. And wow.
Yeah. As a Colorado Avalanche fan, if you saw that video and saw that he got 6-game suspension, are you upset?
No.
Are you upset if he gets 10 games?
Maybe.
Yeah. It's bad. Because, not only is it just a dirty hit, it's like he just lost his temper. And, it wasn't like, it could have been not dirty if, he had, changed his angle a little bit. No, he just, he missed a bad play and got angry and so shoved a guy into the boards from 7 feet away.
That's not true. He also slashed him.
Right. Oh, it was ugly. It was ugly.
Yeah.
It's so ugly.
Was it ugly?
It was super ugly. I'm amazed. I'm amazed he only got 2 games. That's a first time offender?
Yeah, I think so.
First time offender. That's pretty big as a first time offender.
I don't think so.
Well,
for that? I think it's, yeah.
Well, in the current NHL system of suspensions, it's pretty big.
Yeah, I get. I don't think it's that big.
Actually, considering what Tkachuk got for 1 game,
Like a little tap on the ankle for a game?
And now, it was ugly. Do you think Erik Johnson is now going to become a dirty player?
No.
He could be.
I don't think one play is going to...
Could be like Pringles.
Once you wreck one Russian into the boards, you can't stop.
Okay. I didn't say he was going to be racist and just only choose Russians.
It was mostly because I couldn't remember. I didn't want to try to pronounce Namestnikov in my head on the fly like that.
Okay.
And so I was like, let's just go with Russian.
Because so you took it to a whole new level. I was just thinking that Erik Johnson would become a dirty player. You took it to the level. Erik Johnson might not like Russians, which I think is
it's a very different conversation, especially considering like the goaltender on his team is Russian.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that's not what we're saying.
I will say that's not what I'm saying.
I will say he might become a dirty player.
It's possible.
I don't think you think it is.
No, I don't at all.
Yeah.
Joel.
Carl.
Do you know that ATB Financial is our favorite bank here at the Fourth Line Podcast?
I do know that.
Yeah.
Do you know that I have an appointment with an investment broker from ATB this week?
You have investments?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, because when you change jobs, you have to move your pension.
You have a pension?
Yes.
You are much more responsible of an individual than I am.
It's not by choice.
It was just thrust upon you.
They just made me do it. I'm glad they made me do it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to meet with someone from ATB to help me invest it.
So you'll tell them your needs?
Yes.
And then they'll listen?
Yes.
Wow. If you want to know about how Joel can do that, go to atb.com/listens and you can find out. Maybe Joel will tell us how ATB did.
I'm going to tell...
Unless it's bad, then we won't.
Yeah, I'm going to tell the ATB person that they sponsor me.
Yeah. Maybe don't say that. Don't say they sponsor you, but say that you heard of ATB through the Fourth Line podcast on the Alberta Podcast Network.
Okay.
And then it'll go back and they'll be like, wow, those ads work.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And then they sponsor us even more.
They're like, wow, this actually got us a customer.
So, well, I'm a fan of ATB.
Yeah, that's good.
They like us and they like hockey.
And we like them.
And we like them.
Well, Joel, the All-Star voting has begun. It's well underway.
Have you voted?
Nope.
Neither have I.
I don't think I voted once. I think the first year they switched to this new format with like the division captains, I voted. It's one of those things where I'm like at this point, we're going to talk about it. And as if, for me, it's already done. Like, these aren't changing.
Yeah. The only time I voted was on the year that shall not be named.
Right. I thought when you say the year that shall not be named, I heard that in my head as like a French name. I was like, I don't remember. Like, I thought you said like Sean Lapine. And I was like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Clearly, you should have not voted for that person.
No. The only time I voted for an All-Star games is usually baseball, and it's usually in the middle of summer when I wasn't doing anything at work and just took an hour to like burn all of my 25 votes.
Yeah. That's good though.
Yeah.
The All-Star voting, so they're back to the same format. 4 divisions, captains, et cetera, et cetera.
3-on-3 still?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, they're still doing the 3-on-3. So let's go division by division. We're going to break down the top 25 vote getters in each division.
And after that, we're going to go.
And then we're going to Boom City and talk to you next week.
Oh my goodness.
No. So Atlantic Division.
Yeah.
That's your division.
Yeah.
Who would you think is the most popular player in the Atlantic Division right
Steven
now?
Stamkos.
Did you say that because you saw that he was leading?
No, I'm just assuming.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Steven Stamkos is number 1. I would have assumed that Mr. Austin Matthews would have been a very, very close second. Would you have thought the same?
I don't know. Toronto typically does not get up for voting for all-star stuff.
They just don't care.
Yeah.
Well, you would be correct. Austin Matthews coming in third. Here's what
That's
I
actually
find
surprising.
What's most surprising to me, not because he is not deserving, certainly he is. Nikita Kucherov, second right now. So like even splitting the Tampa vote, those two are still first and second.
Yeah, but all them kids that play NHL 18 and play street hockey, they just love the point getters and the goal scorers.
It's true. Well, the player named Steven Stamkos he's second in overall voting. We'll get to the guy who's first, but he has 22%. Kucherov, 16%. So 38% of the vote have gone just to those two Tampa Bay Lightning, which is pretty impressive. Like, obviously, they've been good.
Those guys aren't first?
What?
I'm confused.
Like Stamkos and Kucherov have 38% of the votes in the Atlantic Division.
Oh, they do it weird. They don't just like tell you how many votes they got. They have to give you the percentage.
Yeah, because no one's going to, that's way more important than like trying to do the math.
Oh, math, just give me like a number. It's like 127 votes. Maybe they're doing percentages because nobody's voting.
It's just so
like,
low.
It's like 37 guys just voted.
Gary Bettman has just been doing that thing where you can add a +1 or like a plus whatever to the end of your Gmail and it just goes to the same account.
Yeah.
Gary Bettman NHL @gmail.com.
Do you think that's an actual... We should see if that's an actual email.
Okay.
Do you think that's probably his email? He probably doesn't have like an actual email.
Should we email that right now and see if we get a bounce back?
Let's do that. Yeah, we'll do it during the show here. But you tell me... Maybe I'll do that while you...
I've already opened an email.
Okay.
I did not wait for an answer from you.
Carl is very excited to email Gary Bettman.
Okay. Metro Division. So we've got the Pens, the Caps... New York's, Carolina.
Sidney Crosby.
Sidney Crosby is not number 1. Sidney Crosby is number 2.
Then it's going to be Ovechkin.
It is Alexander Ovechkin. He has 19% of the vote.
Who should it be?
It should be Ovi or Sid.
Not Sid. He's not been good this year.
But like... So you're talking like best performance this year. Then it should be Ovechkin. It shouldn't be close.
Or Tavares. Tavares has had a good year, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Certainly.
So one of those guys. I'm okay with Ovi. And then Pacific Division, that's like that's a no doubter, right?
Yeah, that's Connor.
Yeah, no questions. And it's probably like he's like Drew Doughty's probably second.
I think Jonathan Hockey.
Wow.
Yeah, is number 2 there. Is that accurate? Is that who? Yeah, Goudreau. The third place is weird. James Neal.
He's having a good year, though.
He's having a good year, and like those Vegas fans are excited, right?
Apparently so. So then...
What's even... Now, number 4... Okay, we're not going as deep. I joked about 25th, but 4th in that one is weird because he's played about 7 games, if not less. Marc-Andre Fleury. Vegas is very excited.
Yeah, apparently they're very excited.
Which brings us to the Central. So we've got the Preds, we've got the Blues, we've got the Avalanche, we have Colorado.
So I'm going to go one of 3 guys. PK Subban, Jonathan Toews, Vladimir Tarasenko.
See, I would have gone Patrick Kane instead of Jonathan Toews.
People love Jonathan Toews, though.
Yeah, but Patrick Kane is good, and we're like far enough removed from when everyone hated him for reasons. Right.
So who is it, though?
It is Pernell Carl, Mr. Subban.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Subban.
Why don't you?
Yeah, is Tarasenko on that list?
Tarasenko second, Kane third, Scheifele clocking in at 4, Tyler Seguin.
Scheifele, he's living up to what I said.
He is, he heard you. That bulletin board material you gave him, it works.
Well, is it bulletin board when you say, hey, I think he's going to be really good this year?
I think
Isn't bulletin board where like, that guy is a chump. He shouldn't be playing anymore.
But you set him a goal to attain to.
And now he's
doing it.
Yeah, that's good. So, how did the rest of the teams get picked?
That's a great question, Joel.
You don't know, do you?
The rest of the teams are getting picked, I believe, through like the coaches.
Okay. So we'll probably see most of the guys in those top, and you see one from every team.
Yeah, so like those guys, like Tarasenko's going to be there, right?
James Neal's going
to be there. Marc-Andre Fleury probably won't be there.
No, because you only have like a few teams that get multiples.
Yeah, because you get 2 goalie tenders.
Yeah.
And then, what is it? Is it 3 lines of 3-on-3? I think it's 3 lines of 3-on-3.
So 11 players per team.
Yeah.
Which with six or 7 teams in each division.
Yeah, so there's 2 or 3. I think like last year Chicago had a ton because they were hosting. This year, and again, that's why it's in Tampa. That's why they have all those votes.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Kucherov and Stan, as they should be,
but they will definitely be there.
And
this
maybe
year.
you'll get Valesky. Who else would be in that division?
Vasilevsky,
Whatever. Carey
Price.
Because who else is going to go from Montreal?
Yeah, that's Shea Weber's hurt right now.
Yeah, I was like, Shea Weber's broken. So,
yeah, and it's not Lehner. It's not a Red Wing.
It could be Freddie Anderson.
It's probably going to be Price and then Vasilevsky.
I don't know. Freddie Anderson. If you're going off of like actual like deserves it, Anderson's been far better than Price.
Okay, at the very least, it's 2 of those 3 though.
Yeah, because it's not going to be Tuukka Rask.
No.
It's not going to be Ryan Miller.
He's a Duck.
Well,
Robin Lehner?
Whoever's in that. Yeah. And it's not going to be James Reimer.
No.
Is Florida, the Panthers in the other division?
No, they're in the same one.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're easily forgettable.
Yeah. So, well, that's interesting. Are you going to go to the All-Star game?
No.
Is Tampa Joe going to go to the All-Star game?
I've heard someone is. It was either him or Alex, I think, are going to the game or like the festivities. Apparently, they have planned the weekend on like a giant party in Tampa as well. I guess every February they have like this giant drinking festival in Tampa. And so,
oh man,
so that's
someone's gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe don't invite Tyler Seguin to the All-Star game.
Too soon.
It's not too soon. It's been many years.
Poor Tyler Seguin. Phil Kessel. He should probably go.
He'll be responsible.
Yeah, but isn't he like leading the Pens in points?
Yeah.
Leading the Pittsburgh Penguins in points per game.
So he is at the PPG Arena.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's like that paint company sponsors the arena there now.
Do they paint it as well?
I assume probably, yeah.
Can you imagine if you like sponsor an arena, but like it needs to be painted and they contract another company? They're like, we're gonna get the other guys because they're cheaper. Because you raised your prices so you could pay for the arena.
Yeah. Arena sponsorship doesn't come cheap.
No. So have you emailed Gary Bettman yet?
I just pressed send. Let's see
what
if he bounces back.
What did you say to him?
I said, Dear Gary, please don't steal our hockey. The Fourth Line podcast. And the subject was, please don't lock us out.
Yeah, that's good. Maybe we can send, if someone owns that.
If it hasn't bounced back by the end of the show, then someone has it, yeah.
Oh, and I hope they reply to us.
Yeah, this could be good. Who knows what
if it's actually Gary Bettman, do you think he will come on the show?
We'll give him a chance to defend himself, yeah.
Do you think he'll take that chance?
So let's say, hypothetically, Gary Bettman came on the show.
Yeah.
What would you legitimately ask him? Like, Gary Bettman is sitting here. Because, like, behind his back, we say a lot of things.
Yeah.
What would you say to his face?
To his face, I would say, why do you think it's more valuable to make money than to like good hockey? No, this is what I would ask him. Have you ever watched a hockey game?
Okay. What would be your follow-up?
Why haven't you watched a hockey?
That's a great follow-up. This is why you're a professional podcaster.
Because, like, And then my follow-up would be, because like he'd probably be offended, I'd be like, well, Mr. Gary, you act like you've never seen a hockey game before because you just hate hockey.
Yeah, those are great. I would definitely like ask about the lockouts. I would ask about the expansion. I would ask him why. Also, why? Please no. Make it stop. When are you retiring?
I'd like to know. He would never answer the question honestly, but I'd like to know if he actually thinks the lockouts were best for the NHL.
Yeah, like, would you do it again? If you had to...
Yes. We have the answer to that question.
I guess.
He's done it 3 times.
I guess, yeah. Would you do it longer?
Yeah. Is it worth it? And I guess he would say yes.
Yeah, because he did it 3 times.
And he gets more money every time.
Yeah, it just keeps going back to that well.
Did we talk about last week how the salary cap's going up?
It was mentioned.
Oh, it's going up a lot.
Yeah, we talked about it in regards to the Flames moving to Houston.
Did you watch... Maybe one of the questions I'd be like is, why does he hate Ottawa? Did you see TSN interview him before the outdoor game?
No, what did he say?
So they started asking him about the state of the Ottawa franchise.
Yeah.
And the guy couldn't bring himself to say anything.
You might be confusing him with the actual owner of the Ottawa Senators.
No.
Because he also couldn't bring himself to say anything.
So like he was just like, well, I haven't talked to Ottawa about it. I'm like, there's no way.
You're there.
There's no way that the owner from Ottawa came out and said, maybe I might move my team, and you weren't on the phone immediately saying, stop it immediately.
Stop. Don't talk.
If you would like to move, we will move you, but stop telling people that.
Right.
Like, and so instead he's like, well, I haven't talked to him about this. I'm like, that is a bold-faced lie.
Yeah.
I generally don't feel bad for Ottawa Senators fans. I felt bad for them there. Because I was like, not only is your team being threatened to be moved, no one actually has it in them to be honest about it. And it's just like, well, he was just like playing dumb. Well, maybe he was just talking and he wasn't playing dumb.
No, maybe that's just him.
Maybe it was just crazy how just, it almost felt like he was just like slapping Ottawa Senators fans in the face.
Oh, he was slapping like Senators fans in the face. The fact that he just blatantly stated the fact that he wants to move the team, doesn't really care, that his main goal is to cut costs. Like that.
Well, that's the owner though.
Right, yeah, the owner.
See, like I was talking about Bettman. Bettman just like acted like we were just like naive ostriches that shove our head in the sand and don't actually know anything and can't hear anything. But like he just was like, oh, I don't know what he said, but I don't know. So do you think I guess the biggest question is, coming from all of this, we now have 2 Canadian franchises that are threatening to move.
That's owners are threatening to move and or sell.
Yeah.
It's a rough time in Canada.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Do you think... Now, Ottawa actually makes sense. A relocation, business-wise, makes more sense for Ottawa than Calgary, correct?
Right, because if you can't get a proper arena in actual Ottawa... Because most people are aware of the fact that like that arena is nowhere close to it. Have you ever seen or been near the arena there, Joel?
I have not been to Ottawa.
Okay, so as a small child, I had family who lived actually in Canada, which is where the arena is, and it's not even like in Canada. You drive down the highway, and in the middle of nowhere, there's an arena, and there's nothing around it. Maybe they built it up since then, but at the time, this would have been probably 2000 was when I was around there. And at the time, there was nothing in the vicinity. It was just an arena and a parking lot, and that was it. So like, you want to go for food before the game? No. You want to take transit there? Nope. So like, it's just they do everything they can to hinder that experience there. So if they couldn't get an actual proper arena in Ottawa, then yeah, I think it makes sense to move it because that arena is in need. Calgary's arena, sure, it's old. It doesn't need to be changed.
Yeah, it's probably fine. But so where do you think in 3 years' time, when it's 2020,
right before the old lockout,
do you think there's any chance we see a relocation of this team?
There's a chance. There's a chance right now. So what are the odds in 3 years from now of this team being moved? I think 3 years is a bit quick, because how long did it take like the Preds to, or not the Preds haven't moved yet. They're still in Nashville. The Thrashers. It took them, what?
It was because there wasn't an arena.
But they got, like when they got bought and then moved, it happened pretty quick. And then like it took a season for them to actually move.
Yeah, I think they can do it pretty quick.
So
I think in 3 years' time they could move it.
I'd say it's a 30% chance that in 3 years the Ottawa Senators have moved.
To Quebec.
To Quebec, to probably Quebec, yeah.
Yeah, because Seattle's getting an expansion team.
Seattle have an expansion team. The only way that it wouldn't happen is if the Flames move to Houston, just move the Sens to Calgary.
That's not a bad idea.
I know.
So we'd have like, do you go the Calgary Cowboys?
That's probably what I would go with, yeah.
Yeah.
Because or something along the Mavericks.
The Bulls.
Yeah.
The Stallions.
Ooh.
Because you probably can't go Cowboys.
Cowboys is probably
Jerry Jones would not be happy.
Yeah. He's going to sell the team anyways, he says. So it's fine.
Is he selling his team?
Didn't he threaten to sell the team if Roger Goodell got an extension?
He's not selling the most profitable franchise in the States.
Yeah.
Are they worth more than the Yankees? It's probably them 1-2. Isn't the Washington team really valuable?
Like the Washington football team?
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so.
I thought they were.
I almost mentioned that on our Patreon episode. Them. We talk about owners on the Patreon episode.
Dan Snyder.
Yeah. He's a terrible owner.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of like, because there's a lot of famous people that like the Redskins.
Yeah.
Joel almost fell?
Yeah. I think you'd go Calgary Stallions. That's where I'd go.
Okay.
Because Bulls, Mavericks, and Cowboys, all taken.
Oh, yeah. Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah. Chicago Bulls.
There was a Calgary Stallions team in the North American Basketball League.
What if you went Calgary 88s?
Ooh.
Like that was
another basketball team back in the day.
In the International League. Or the Calgary Cannons.
Oh, Joel. Because who do you think owns the rights to that name? Is it because they turned into Albuquerque?
Yeah. You could get the rights to that really easily.
Yeah, especially if you're Eugene Melnyk. He has lots of money.
Yeah.
He's not known for being cheap.
Do you go Flames? I wouldn't go Flames again.
I wouldn't go, especially that quickly. Like, You can go Jets after 2 decades away.
But, like, the Flames was never... Like, the Flames isn't a good name. It's a terrible sports name.
It's a fine name. It just has nothing to do with this city.
It's terrible. It's like the Wild. In the Heat. And... I don't know. Like,
so, like, are you against all like, lightning, hurricanes, thunder?
No, those work. Those works. There's things. Like, it just works.
A flame is a thing?
It's not like it's not a thing. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't like it.
It's a thing.
It's not a thing.
It is. Have you, like, if there was a flame in this room right now, you'd be like, Carl, put that flame out. You'd be afraid of it.
No, I would say put the fire out. You don't say flames.
So if they were called the Calgary Fires, you would be much more on board with this.
Yes.
So move the Senators to Calgary, call them the Fires.
No, I said call them the Stallions.
Okay, or the 88s.
Mustangs.
Ooh. I think there's a junior football team in Calgary called the Mustangs.
So
I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just there's precedence for it.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Or
that's an interesting thing, though. I just thought of this fact. If you sell the Flames and move them to Houston, what do you do with everything else that the Flames own sports-wise in this city? Because the Flames organization owns the Hitmen, they own the Roughnecks, the lacrosse team, and they own the CFL team.
They just sell them to... Maybe they keep them. Maybe the ownership only sells the Flames.
Yeah, and then just keeps the least profitable ones.
Yeah.
Smart.
What if the Calgary Rockies?
No, that's also not taken anywhere.
But you can nobody cares about the Colorado Rockies. They wouldn't care.
Like the Calgary Rockiers.
The Calgary Mountains.
That's worse than the Flames.
No, it's better than the
It's
Flames.
way worse.
The Calgary Elk.
Oh, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Because there's the Manitoba Moose, which is the Jets farm team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have liked Moose. Calgary Caribou.
Yeah, but there's more elk nearby than moose.
It's true, but Calgary Caribou has like that alliteration-y thing.
Here's the thing. If you can name the Ottawa Senators franchise that moves to Calgary and come up with a better name that we are like definitively agree is the actual name, we will send you a mini stick.
Okay.
But this isn't the best one.
Like it has to be better than, both of us have to agree you're better than any of ours.
Yeah, and if no one, so this is just a bonus little prize, and if no one gets it, then, because I'm pretty confident in some of the ones that we named. I think one of the horse-related ones, because like, think about like how easy that is for mascots and...
Yeah, and then you could get away from every mascot in Calgary being a dog. For some stupid reason.
Shouldn't the Calgary Stampeders have a horse?
Because they have like a real horse that rides up and down the sidelines. Yeah. But then their other mascot for some reason is a dog.
Right. And Harvey the Hound.
Harvey the Hound, yeah.
Is the Flames mascot.
Which like they justify that because like the fire station has a dog.
Named Harvey?
I don't think they all name them Harvey.
No. That's dumb. See, Calgary Flames is a dumb name.
I think because then you go, Harvey the Hound. Ralph the dog is terrible.
Are you happy if you have Erik Karlsson instead of Jonathan Gaudreau as your franchise?
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
Do you make that trade right now? Like if Ottawa's like, hey, we're gonna send you Karlsson. Jonathan Gaudreau coming back, you'd be like, yep.
Yeah, you jump on that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Joel, we talked about this a little bit on Patreon as well. This is the episode where we tease Patreon all the time.
Apparently.
World Junior's coming up.
Yeah.
We're like, what? It is the 18th.
6 days.
8 days away.
We are 8 days away.
Because Christmas is 1 week from today. Fun fact. Next week, we're not recording on Christmas.
No.
Another thing we talked about on our Patreon episode is doing sports on Christmas.
Yeah.
And I think as much as we could try to get away with doing sports on Christmas, recording a podcast on Christmas, a little bit harder.
Yes, it's not happening.
So we're releasing a best of.
Yeah, some of our best segments from the previous year.
Our favorite segments from the previous year. So it'll be a little longer. It'll tide you over. If you're really not enjoying hanging out with your family, put that bad boy on half speed. It'll probably take you about 3 to 4 hours to finish it, and you're good.
Yep.
So we talked about World Junior. I forgot my tangent that I started this on.
I don't know.
World Juniors. They're coming up here 8 days from now. You excited?
Mediocrely.
You gonna watch?
I'll probably watch. Canada makes gold medal game. I'll watch on New Year's Day. Is it New Year's Day? It's not.
It's usually after New Year's Day.
Yeah, it's too bad. I have to start work. I've been like not working for a lot of time.
Yeah, that's true.
So I actually have to work. So we'll see. I don't know. I know you're much more excited about it than I am.
Well, especially since there's an Avalanche on, I think that there's 2 on the roster.
On the Team Canada roster?
On the Team Canada roster, yeah, because Tyson Yost got sent back to
Colorado.
Well, I guess he got loaned out to Team Canada for this tournament.
No, he didn't. He did not make the team.
Tyson Yost did not make the team?
Tyson Yost did not make Team Canada.
What?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm just sad.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was an afterthought.
No.
Well, who made the team? That means he's really bad, Joel.
I thought I texted you about this and I was like, did Tyson Yost not get sent to Team Canada? And see, the thing is, Carl, I'm going to make your day a little bit. They didn't actually loan him out.
Oh.
They said they were going to.
Yeah.
And then I believe an injury or something happened and they said, nope.
Well, I feel a little bit better then.
So he's not as terrible as he would have made the team.
Okay. I feel better then.
No. I know. I was just as shocked as you. I saw it out and I was like, holy smokes. My first reaction was, Carl is going to be very sad and then angry and then sad.
You saw that. You saw my literal reaction right now. Was that what you were assuming it would be?
Yeah. I just like, for those listening, like Carl was in actual like shock when I was like, Tyson Yost did not make this team. He was like,
for those of you not listening, just turn it off. So people who did make the team, Carter Hart, we saw him last year.
Yeah, in Everett.
And he's been tearing it up in the dub this year.
Yeah.
We talked about that on our debut episode of the WHL cast. We talked about Mr. Carter Hart and a lot of the things there. Jake Bean.
Calgary
Hitman guy I potentially played chess against online once.
Right. Cale Maker.
Yeah, that was the Avalanche.
He made this team.
He did, yeah.
And Mete?
Yes.
Victor? What's his name?
From the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has made this roster as well. He was actually loaned out. And a lot of other guys that we've seen the names of before. Like there's a lot of guys on this team that I already know the names of, which I find isn't the case typically when World Juniors roll around.
Yeah.
Like typically I learn the names of, but like there's guys here like, Jake Bean, Cale Maker, Victor Mete, up front, Taylor Radish, heard of him.
I haven't heard
Sam
of him.
Steele, I've heard of him.
We're talking about Canada too. There's like, just in case you're like freaking out because you're like, this guy on Team America and this one on Team... We don't care about those ones.
Yeah.
This is the only time that we don't care about your team. Actually, that's not true. If you're a Boston fan, we also never care about your team.
That's accurate. Rob Thomas has made the team.
Like
I did like for Matchbox 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking. I was like, that's surprising.
I was listening to Matchbox 20. Did you like them back in the day?
No.
No? We were very different.
Who did you listen to like in high school?
High school, I listened to a lot of Our Lady Peace. I listened to Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah, you did.
High school, POD.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Youth of the Nation.
Yeah, exactly. What was that other? Boom City.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the unofficial anthem of the Fourth Line podcast.
No, it's not.
Yeah, those were like my go-tos in high school. What was your jams?
Linkin Park.
I didn't get into Linkin Park until like the end of high school. I was late to the party.
Linkin Park, Aerosmith. I don't know why. I was just like a huge Aerosmith fan.
That's accurate. That was the first music. That's what I would have assumed you would have said was Aerosmith.
Yeah. I don't really listen to music all the time. Like I'm just like I listen to music, but I'm not like huge into. You're the more into the music than I am.
So Spotify, I'm on the Spotifys.
Yeah,
and they did a thing where you could like they would break down everything you've listened to this year. We did this on our Patreon episode. Over under Price is Right, not over under Price is Right rules. How many minutes of music did I listen to last year in 2017?
3,743.
14,000 minutes.
Smokes.
That is literally a month of my year spent listening to music.
It's a lot of music.
Yeah.
So, before, I don't think Carl intentionally is trying to plug our Patreon episode every 2 minutes on this podcast. I'm pretty sure it's over because we didn't talk about that much on it.
I think we've literally covered everything. There is one plug at the very end.
Oh, there's one plug at the very end.
Because Mike did a thing that we have to fix.
That's right. Maybe we'll put that one. No, we'll put Mike's thing on the Christmas special, so it's not on this episode.
Okay, there you go. That's on the next episode. There's a treat for you guys at the Christmas episode.
Okay, so World Juniors, you're excited. I'll be tuning in. Do you think Canada will win?
Yes. Canada's a very good roster.
They haven't won in a while.
It's very true. I think the fact here's what I want to think is the reason why is because, and maybe this is a terrible reason, maybe this will actually backfire, but like the fact that this is really the only international hockey that most Canadians will care about this year. Probably. Like,
if they make gold medals, should we go to Shanks and watch?
Broadcast live from Shanks next to the guys from the Fan 960?
Yeah, we should. Rob Kerr.
Yeah.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
I've been getting back into Calgary sports radio.
It's still just as terrible as when you left.
Horrible.
It's still just as bad.
I thought, like, I always listened to Vancouver radio, and I didn't think it was that great. Miles better than Calgary sports talk radio.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
I'm going to start streaming TSN from Toronto again.
Yeah, get some, especially when you actually work and like you're in the office and you got some radio on.
Listen to some Leafs lunch because let me tell you, the Fan 960,
not good.
It's painful to listen to at times.
Yeah, it is. Joel, Pittsburgh Penguins are a team that is surprisingly struggling so far this year.
Are we sure it's surprising?
Are we sure it's surprising? It's surprising to me.
I think maybe this quickly, but like, is this not the way that we kind of expect teams like Pittsburgh, Chicago, Los Angeles? Like, it makes sense to me. Maybe not this quickly.
It's like you assume that they shouldn't just fall off a cliff.
No, but like, I think that they're getting old. Like, they're getting older. They're having cap problems.
Like Blackhawks style.
Yeah.
Like less terrible than the Blackhawks one.
Because they kind of said, hey, we're going to pay two really good players like the Blackhawks. But then they're not really selling out on everybody else.
Yeah.
So, like, the Blackhawks, like, as soon as, like, you kind of show that you're kind of good and help them do something once, they give you a ton of money.
And then they trade you Carolina.
Yeah. Or Montreal.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised by this. By the simple fact that, like, yes, they are a year older. Yes, the only thing that I can think of is the fact of back-to-back Stanley Cup runs take a lot out of you. Right? Like, more out of you. There's less of that offseason to rest and come back fresh for that next year.
Yeah.
And so from that angle, I can kind of see it because all of these guys, right? They've had the same core for all these years. And sure, like, they're getting older, but they're not old.
It's true. But, like, think about, like, so how old is Crosby?
Sidney Crosby is 30.
But like, he feels like he's like 36.
Right. And that's the thing. The age of these guys is not, because same thing. So oldest guy on this team right now, Matthew Hunwick.
Interesting.
32 years old. Second oldest, Evgeny Malkin. So like, that's this team. This team is, as much as they are a veteran team that has been doing this for the last decade, they're also a young team. Like, there's a lot of youth on this roster.
But the youth isn't very good. The youth is, like, propped up by the Crosbys, the Malkins, the Letangs, the Kessels.
Well, and I guess using the word youth is a very loose term. There's a lot of 30-year-olds on this team and some early mid 20-year-olds. Like, there's no 20-year-olds, 19-year-olds coming on this team and making the squad. I guess other than, I don't know, not even Matt Murray's that young. So,
do you think they have long playoff run in them this year?
I think so. aside from like the you make the playoffs and anything can happen rule, definitely I think that they can make the playoffs and go for a run.
They have a legitimate shot at back-to-back.
They are no longer the favorites in my book, for sure. Like, not even close.
Who's the favorites?
Tampa.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Like, in the East, Tampa, and then in the West, you got Nashville, who are, like, good in the regular season this year, keeping that up.
Yeah. Do you think, okay, you're a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. How worried are you about this drop-off this year?
On a scale of Sidney Crosby to Ryan Reeves, how worried am I?
Yeah.
I am where did my list of Pittsburgh Penguins go? Here we go. I am a Carl Hagelin amount of worried.
Okay. See, because they're like on a list of like, I always go back to what I know. Like on a scale of Vesa Toskala to Curtis Joseph, I would be an Eddie Balfour.
That's who I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, you've been here before. You know what you're doing, but I'm not sure you're as good as you used to be.
So there's rumors abounding that the Penguins are going to make some moves. And I say that they're abounding because their GM has said, I'm going to make some moves.
Who do you move on this team, though?
That was going to be the question I asked you.
You can't move anybody.
So, on the core, right? You're not moving Crosby, Malkin, or Kessel. Those three are staying. You're not moving Matt Murray. You're not moving Chris Letang.
Because no one wants Chris Letang.
Also that. Matt Hunwick got a 3-year contract?
Yeah, don't be excited about that, Pittsburgh.
That is shocking. So, like, for me, if you're wanting to move these, you need to move some of these guys on, like, an RFA guy and a pick. Like, you need to start doing the Blackhawksiness, where you go and you pick someone up. So, I heard rumors, there was people on the Twitters tweeting with us this week about the fact he was very excited at the prospects of the Pittsburgh Penguins trading for Evander Kane.
I wouldn't be excited about that. That doesn't seem like a good fit.
It doesn't seem like a good fit. Like, can Evander Kane score? Can he put up points? Yes. Is he the kind of person that I think fits with the culture of that team? He's like, can you think of someone equally, like, I guess Ryan Reeves certainly has like some flash to his game, but like in a personality, I should say, right? Like he has an outgoing personality. He doesn't have a flashy game.
Maybe this team shouldn't have traded a first-round pick for Ryan Reeves.
Also that, yeah, that's probably a thing. But like, if you go back, there's not a lot of personalities on this team. Like Phil Kessel is not a personality at all. Like he was made into a personality in Toronto, but
yeah, I think Malkin could be.
Malkin is the most, and like Marc-Andre Fleury was to a degree, but like in a way that every goalie is.
They just had Maxim Talbot making commercials. That's what kept all the other guys out of the spotlight. I don't know. Like Evander Kane, that's not going to fix this team.
No.
Like, I don't think Evander Kane fits on any team. Though.
You just think Evander's got to go.
Well, I'm sure he's fine, but like, I don't think anyone's excited about adding Evander Kane.
So he's not the fix that is needed for this team.
No, I don't know who the fix is for this team.
Here's my thing. They have had a ridiculous amount of goals scored against them, right? So they are currently 4th, 5th in the league in goals against.
They need a defenseman maybe then.
Well, and this is what I'm going to point out. There was a couple games there that Antti Niemi started. So if we take out the Niemi games, they're about even for the old goal differential.
Right.
So certainly that's still not good, right? They're mid-pack in both goal scoring and stopping the scoring. So for me, I'm thinking you can use something on either end. The problem is, and why it's easier to bring in a defenseman or a better backup. I'm certainly Tristan Jarry has been fine, but like Matt Murray might get hurt again. Just putting that out there. Like, strong chance Matt Murray's not finishing the year healthy.
So who do you pick up?
I don't know. Go to one of these teams that's struggling at the bottom of the standings and say, hey, give me a goalie.
Give me Eddie Lack.
Go to they could have Eddie Lack. I don't like go to if you're legitimately wanting to make a push, there's a goaltender. I don't know. Peter Mrazek. He's a guy who's been rumored. He wouldn't cost much. Do you think he's better than what they have as a backup?
Probably don't have room though on cap.
He's pretty cheap. He's still an RFA.
I don't know. I don't know how you fix it, but I would be worried. I'd be worried. Like, I'm sure they'll make the playoffs this year. I'm sure they'll even win a series or two. They're not winning the Stanley Cup this year again. I just don't think. I think they're like. I think the best thing that could actually probably happen for this team long term is if they miss the playoffs,
so that they can justify making some moves.
They get a spring off, like, so they're not playing playoff hockey.
Yeah,
like,
here's the struggle, Joel. Pittsburgh Penguins are currently playing my Colorado Avalanche.
Are they winning?
Nope. It is currently Tyson Barrie 2, Pittsburgh Penguins 1.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the best thing that could maybe happen for this team long term is if they miss the playoffs this year. Get a bit of a higher pick, but they don't. Did they trade last year?
They don't have a pick. I'm pretty sure that's
that was the St. Louis Blues one.
Yeah, I think that's gone for this coming year.
I don't know. Well, but it gives them higher picks in the rest of the rounds at least.
Yeah.
But
there's where's that chart? No, that's not here. Yeah, certainly a higher draft pick is good. Can let you get some pieces in. I think that's fine. Like, long term, that's a better solution for them. But do you think this is a team with a closing window?
No,
they can extend this window.
Oh yeah, I just don't think it's. I don't think it's worth selling off future assets to extend the window this year.
Yeah, which they've been doing for forever, right?
Yeah. So,
well, Joel, it comes that time of the show where we go through the high stickings, and we've been having a ton of fun with high sticking. The folks have been into it.
Yeah.
Hearing your stories about how you became a fan, what you would fix about your team. Today, people were sending us pics of their favorite hockey merchandise.
Nice.
So some jerseys, a lot of signed things. People have a lot more autographs out there than I thought.
There you go.
Are you wearing one of your favorite hockey pieces?
No, my favorite hockey piece is probably a Doug Gilmour picture cut out from a magazine that I have framed from when I was like 6.
That's pretty good. Do you have some other Doug Gilmour news to bring to us?
Well, I got the book for Christmas on Saturday.
Hey-o!
Yeah, so I'm going to read that over the next week or so.
Yeah, Christmas isn't for another week, Joel.
Well, we had like family Christmas on Saturday.
Okay. That's good. Yeah. So you got the book. If you want to know more about the book, you can go back and listen to our interview with old Dan Robson.
Yeah. No, it's probably my favorite one is or maybe I have a McGillmy jersey. I like that one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's like from when I was a kid too.
Yeah. I'd say mine is probably, even though it's a jersey that I never wear, I really like my Iginla signed jersey.
That's pretty good.
Because it like has my name on it. It says like to Carl.
From Jerome.
Jerome, all the best. I think it actually says to Carl, all the best, signed, and then like his signature.
And it's like, Jerome, chilling at the Dome.
What a time we lived in.
Yeah, we did.
Those are the kinds of things you miss out on Calgary radio.
Yeah.
This is why we podcast.
So we got a couple more days of high staking.
Yeah, we've got all the way through the end of this week.
Saturday, we're going to pick our Pavel Burys of the week, and Saturday will be a game-winning goal high staking. Yeah,
and so this is why. So we talked last week that could be the determining factor, right? Like, if you pick that, our game last week was Blues Jets. Vladimir Tarasenko scored the game winner.
Oh,
lots of points handed out on that one.
Lots of points.
So it won't shock you. The top 3 people in the standings right now, currently the proud owner of Vladimir Tarasenko's game-winning goal. So this is a guy actually, leader right now. He'll be very excited to know that he's back at the top because he had, for a long time, a reputation of winning everything to the point where like we almost had to change the rules of competitions so he would stop winning everything.
Really? He's back at the top.
He's been on a bit of a slump. I don't know if he busted out the old Jason Giambi golden sombrero or not, but Mr. Matt Reasons Are Several is back on top.
There you go.
The namer of high sticking.
The namer of high sticking just has a few, because he's going to get his participation points, don't you?
Oh, yeah. You know that guy. He's a grinder. He's a fourth line plug right there.
So the only way that you're going to beat him is if you get the bonus point or you get the high sticking on Saturday.
And he doesn't.
And he doesn't.
So,
yeah.
like, maybe stay tuned and just make sure. I'm not going to tell people how to win. You be smart. You should know how to win. There's a way that you can win.
Okay, Carl, we need to choose some Pavel Buries.
Pavel Buries. These are our must-watch games of the week.
I'm going to be watching the afternoon game tomorrow.
There's an afternoon game tomorrow.
Yeah, so Toronto Maple Leafs.
Why is there an afternoon game?
They are doing like a kid game. So they gave all the extra tickets to schools.
Okay.
And they like encouraged season ticket owners to either give their tickets to their like the foundation that's kind of running this promotion or to bring a kid. And it is a 2 p.m. Eastern start.
That's early.
Yeah, so they're doing, but I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, because especially in Toronto, it's tough to go to games. And I think that's what they're kind of doing is they're like, kids can't go to games because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
So they just gave they just gave all their tickets available to schools and stuff.
That's really cool. And especially like the week before school ends for Christmas, there's not a lot of stuff going on in the classroom.
Yeah. So I am going to be watching at noon Mountain Time on Toronto Maple Leafs game on a Tuesday.
Yeah, that's a weird one. For the rest of us, Jets Preds.
Well, that's a good game.
So if you're someone who watches hockey at nighttime, if you have a job and that keeps you not at home, watch that game.
Wednesday night, St. Louis, Calgary. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, I'm the same boat.
Thursday, you go Columbus, Pittsburgh. Talked about Pittsburgh. We could go. I don't know. You're gonna go.
I'd go Columbus, Pittsburgh. That's what I'd be watching.
All right. Friday, you got there are some ugly games on Friday.
So Friday, there's 4 games. I will be at one of them.
Okay, let's make it that.
Okay, so Friday night, got that is my Christmas gift.
Montreal, Calgary.
I'm also got maybe I mentioned this on the show. I'm also going to see Tampa. It was like a twofer.
Oh, okay.
They were like, "Hey, if you buy this ticket to Montreal, we'll give you another seat game cheaper." Go. So, and it was like Arizona, Florida, Columbus was on the list. They're a good team, but like, and then there was like Tampa. So it was like a slew of mediocre teams, Columbus, and then the best team in the league. So it's pretty easy to pick that one.
Saturday.
So this is our game-winning goal, high-staking game. Yeah. This is the one that counts.
This is the one that counts. Washington, Vegas. So on there.
This is the California battle.
Minnesota, Tampa. I like Washington, Vegas, but
let's do it. Washington, Vegas as a night game. According to this, they'll be starting. I don't know if Washington is on a back-to-back. I think they play Friday as well. Yeah, so Washington, for some reason, according to the score, which I do not believe this, Washington will be playing Holtby against Arizona and Grubauer against Vegas. That's probably a mistake. You should probably play Grubauer against the bad team.
And then Saturday.
No, Sunday. We just picked Saturday.
No, Saturday is our last game until the new year. We're not going to pick games. Well, we won't pick games for the best of week.
No.
You just watch whatever you want. Watch some World Juniors. Watch whatever you want. Yeah. We won't choose any games. But yeah, because there's a Christmas break, so they have
24th, 25th are off.
Yeah.
Then they're back at it.
I think 26th they're off too.
My score app doesn't go further than the 25th right now.
Well, the 26th is also off.
Okay.
So no games until the 27th. There you go.
Well, so Joel, this is the last live show we have of 2017. Next week's best of. You'll still hear us. It'll be narrated by yours truly.
No.
Any parting thoughts on the year that was 2017?
Nope.
All right.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for being a part of our year. We have not got a response from GaryBettman.com yet.
Here's the thing. We also haven't gotten a bounce back, though.
It is a thing. So maybe in the new year, we'll be able to...
Yeah, so stay tuned, because we have not gotten a new response back, or any response back, bounce back or otherwise. So that is an email. Yeah. If you want to, Gary Bettman, NHL@gmail.com. No spaces, no capitals, no underscores. That's what we sent it to. If you want to, send them an email. Find out what's happening.
I don't know if we want to be promoted. What if some poor guy named Gary Bettman, who's not like the NHL Gary Bettman, owns that?
Who, like what? Whose name is Gary Bettman is involved in something called NHL. That is not...
So you did Gary Bettman NHL?
Gary Bettman NHL@gmail.com.
Okay, fair enough then.
I didn't just go Gary Bettman. There is a guy out there called Gary Bettman who is not our Gary Bettman.
Speaking of New Year's, do you do the resolutions, New Year's resolutions?
No, my mentality on the New Year's resolutions is that if I want to do something, like I'll just do it. I'm not going to wait until January 1st. Like if I want to lose weight and eat better, I'm not going to sit there in September and be like, I'll give it another 3 months.
Right, but maybe you don't think about it. Like you don't New Year's is when you evaluate your life.
I'm constantly evaluating.
Okay. This is probably the first year that I set a New Year's resolution and I accomplished it.
You're 1 for 1. So you're going on a high note.
I don't know if I'll do another one, but I was like, I was pretty impressed with myself.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So what was it?
I'm not going to say.
Okay.
I'll tell you afterwards.
I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I remember things.
Okay, there you go. So we, I don't know. So we'll see if I do a New Year's resolution.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds great. You know who will make a New Year's resolution, Joel? The fine folks at Tomato Radio. They are another member of the Alberta Podcast Network. And what do you think Tomato Radio is about?
Tomatoes. I don't know.
Yeah, it's also about potatoes and potatoes. They're a cooking show about food and drink hosted by Mary Bailey and Amanda Lenev.
Amanda or Adam?
Here's why I said, so their most recent episode, they had a guest on called Brad Smoliak.
Yeah.
And so that was the picture that I saw. And so I assumed that was one of the hosts, not that. And so I just assumed that one of them was a guy's name. And so with all due respect to Amanda, it is Amanda, not Adam.
I don't know how to recover this.
We did. I said with all due respect.
With all due respect.
But they are a great show. If you like to know about cooking, I was actually talking with someone this week. They were like, if I would start any show, I would start a cooking show. And I was like, yeah, there's a lot of really good ones out there, but there's a lot of room for different things. Cause like to do it well, cause like cooking is a very visual like sound is one of the last senses you think of when it comes to food. So it's not easy.
So we got to check out the Tomato Podcast.
Tomato Radio. You can find them on SoundCloud at Tomato Radio. Or head over to albertapodcastnetwork.com to find out more about them. And all the other great shows. There's lots going on out there. So, until next week, you can play the 12 Days of High Sticking, which has been a ton of fun. I don't know what tomorrow's is going to be yet. That'll be determined tomorrow morning when I wake up. Or right now, while I stall. I'm back to work tomorrow, so unlike Joel, I will not be watching. Unless it's a slow day in the office, maybe I'll turn that game on the old second computer.
Let's just do like straight up. This is an easy one. I'll do your work for you tomorrow.
Okay, because I do have a thought on it, but go for it.
I was going to say like best part of the Christmas meal.
Okay. I was going to save Christmas meal because there's one on Christmas Day.
Okay, so do that one on Christmas Day.
Yeah. Tomorrow I'm going to make it about what do you like your favorite thing about your favorite player ever?
The best hockey hair in the NHL.
Right now or ever.
Right now or ever.
Okay.
Has to include the picture.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because we're not going to know which era.
Yeah. Is that a good one?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
I can guarantee that we will not be. This reminds me. I did not pick our favorite from yesterday. We didn't do that, so we need to do that when we finish the show. We'll go do that. But I can guarantee that if you pick Michael Commodore, you will not win.
You will not win.
Yeah, that will not be our favorite. I guess that's another way to catch Matt.
No.
If you are repeatedly picked as our favorite submission of the day, you get a bonus point. So just only be the best. So if you want to catch Matt,
choose my
do
Commodore.
not submit my Commodore. You will lose. And if you submit it tomorrow, you're either just pushing our buttons.
No Mike Commodore rule.
Okay, so
if you submit him, no points.
No points for Mike Commodore. Okay, yeah. There's a special rule. So if you do that tomorrow, we know you have not listened to this show yet. Go back, fix what you've done.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we're like, oh, these are the people who we will know the true supporters.
Maybe we should. But does everyone listen on the very next day? Maybe we'll make it like Thursday. We'll do the hair one Thursday.
Okay.
Choose a different one. So it gives a few days for people to listen.
Okay.
Because this show's coming out late.
Yeah, it's 8:30 Mountain.
Yeah.
All right.
I need to go to bed.
Okay, well, Joel's going to go to bed. I have heard your son is no longer making sound outside. He might have actually gone to bed.
I'm sure he's gone to bed.
So find us on Twitter, playhighsticking at fourthlinepodcast.com. No, not at... That's not it. You cannot don't go to twitter.com/fourthlinepodcast.com. That will take you absolutely nowhere. Our Twitter is Fourth Line Podcast. Our website is thefourthlinepodcast.com. Our email, mail@thefourthlinepodcast.com. Send us an email, cc Gary Bettman NHL @gmail.com. Send that off to him and just let him know your thoughts. We clearly have a way to get in contact. You can blind CC us if you don't want him to know that you're including us, but we'd love to get those. If you send an email to Gary Bettman, NHL @gmail.com, and CC us, I will allow you to submit a Mike Commodore on Thursday.
No Mike Commodore.
Okay, fine. No Mike Commodore. It's the new rule. All right. Until next week.
Boom City.